Hello everyone and welcome back to another awesome build that I have just put together this morning. We have been testing out a really fun sleep greatsword build using the Raydao armor set, the new arc-tempered one. Now this hits really hard, applies a whole lot of status effect, and when you do apply that status you're going to be hitting like a truck. So let's get straight in and look at the build. Okay, so to start off we're using a Sleep Artian greatsword, and that is going to be having 3 attack infusion plus 4 attack boost and 1 sharpness boost on the weapon itself. That is going to be hitting very, very hard indeed with a 225 attack damage and 280 sleep. It is beautiful. Then we're going to be running 2-piece sheer armor for the helmet and chest beta. That's to get our 3 agitator plus a bunch of lovely decoration slots that we'll talk about in just a second, and we get our super recovery set bonus. We're then running the Ray sand braces, coil, and arms. That is for our thunderous roar bonus, which is absolutely awesome. It gives us a activation time of the latent power skill. It increases the amount of time it's activated for, which is awesome. And because we are maxing out our latent power with 2 there and then 3 on the actual build, we're going to be doing a lot. Now we have the basic Ray Sandgreaves right there, as they give a maximum might, a good gem slot, and an absolutely awesome maximum might thing as well. So, we're also running the Exploiter Charm, which is just ideal for landing big crits. And to go on to the decorations, we're running max critical on our weapon here with a charge jewel. The charge jewel increases how much sleep we apply on our charge attacks, which is perfect. We're then running 3 tenderizer jewels to max out our weakness exploit. We're using 2 throttle jewels to max out our latent power, and we're using a shockproof and a jumping jewel to max out both of those skills as well. So that leaves us with 5 critical boosts, 3 charge master, 5 weakness exploit, 5 latent power, 3 agitator, 3 maximum might, 3 evade extender, and that is that. Now, why is that so good? Well, if we take a look at what we're going to be running at when we have all of these equipped, we want our extra 40% damage on critical hits. When we land crits, we will get 40% more damage than our base attacks, so we definitely want to be landing them. With that, we will be having 30% increased affinity on weak points, plus 50% on top of that, meaning we're already at 85%. Agitator gives us 7%, and honestly, maximum might is almost overkill. It's almost overkill. We could potentially, if you really want to, on latent power here, swap that out for another agitator thing for that extra damage, and you might even see an extra bonus. In fact, I'm going to do that, just because I feel like the agitator bonus is going to give us a little bit more damage than our latent power is necessary. You could even lower that further, potentially, and go for max agitator, and still see the full bonus. In fact, I'm going to do a little testing, and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, so after some testing, I genuinely do think that you want to go max agitator and just use 3 latent power here, because there's just no need to go that high on your affinity for what we're doing. So let's just test out what kind of damage we can get here. 600 on a first hit, 658, 901, and we are actually applying sleep on these hits, which is absolutely awesome. Bear in mind this has no extra bonuses through things like our potions and stuff, our max damage potions, all that kind of stuff. Demon drugs, nothing like that. We are using just the build here and our skills, and we're hitting really hard. So I'm just looking to see if we can actually put this thing to sleep. And it does seem to be taking a little bit, because I have already put it to sleep during testing here. And there it is. Now it's asleep. So what we're going to do while it's asleep is we're going to test how much damage we actually land for. 1,500 damage on a slept hit. That's why sleep's so great on a greatsword. It's because you can just benefit of massive hits. So without any more talking, let's go ahead and test this on a monster. Alright, so there is our full skill list, complete skill list right there. if anyone was interested just before we get into the hunt. And here is our equipment info and what we are running. If you ever want to take a look at those screenshots. Let's go. So we're going to pop our Mega Demon Drug on the way. Now, this is going to be a whole lot of fun. I haven't beaten up an Archveld in a build video in quite a while, so this should be quite an interesting hunt. In fact, I've not fought an Archveld in quite a while, if I'm being honest. I have been avoiding fighting Archveld because I fought too much of him early on. Actually, I'm interested to know, what's your guys' favourite fight? It doesn't have to be your favourite designed monster, but favourite fight in the game. Because I think my favourite fight... Ooh, a Jarakan. I love fighting a Jarakan. Alright, we're going to get right in there with some big hits already. Right now, we're not going to be hitting all that many crits because he's not agitated and latent power is not active right now. There's a big hit. Roll through that. Good. Wide slash. Right, we've got Agitator up now, so we're going to be landing our crits. He's asleep. Take advantage of the sleep. So we're going to... 1, 2... 700 damage on a wake up hit. Absolutely wonderful. Alright, I want to get the offset. Which I'm definitely not going to land anytime soon. Head broken. Beautiful. There we go. Ah, my first hit. Do I have any null berries? Because I am... No. I should have brought null berries. No, I can't sleep him. Give the mount. Guard. There we go. That's what I wanted. Power clash. There we go. Right chain blade broken. Damn. Oh, what an interruption. Oh, that was beautiful. Down he goes. I haven't seen latent power pop yet, but I could be wrong and it has actually activated. I'm not 100% sure on that. No, latent power is unfortunately not active right this second, but I'm sure it will activate soon. I believe it has to be a certain amount of time or it will randomly activate through damage. I don't remember the key activation for the skill. If anyone remembers down in the comments, please do let me know. I've noticed it is activating in my hunts more than enough to be worth it when it does activate. There it is. See if we can put him to sleep through this. Good damage. There we go. Left chain blade broken. Is it? Oh, latent power just wore off, so it was active. Okay, good to know. Oh, we missed it. Alright, he's low. Let's whistle our secret. Let's do that. Now, we could have actually run the Rocksteady for a little bit more damage and honestly just a faster kill. But I thought I'd show it without the mantle just so you can see what the raw build's like in case you want to use a different mantle. He always falls into that pit in this one hunt. I'll take the extra 600 damage anyway. That's perfectly fine by me. Alright, come on then, buddy. Let's finish you off. Right, mounted. Probably finish it with a mount, to be honest. There we go. Right, off we come. And this might actually be the end of the monster. Apparently not. This could be though. This true charge right here. Be the death of Art Build. He's asleep. Right, I'm going to finish him here. I messed that up really badly. Here it is. Oh, what a way to end it. Well, there is the Greatsword build. We got 3 sleeps that hunt, as well as a lot of damage. And yeah, latent power was active for like, I would say at least half the fight there. So 50% extra, no, 30% extra affinity, which is really nice. Anyway. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. In a bit.